I believe you are strong enough to explore the tomb ahead. This tomb has not been plundered. Its mysteries may still be intact, but so might its traps. Take great caution.
What is that? Can't go any further.
There should be no barriers that Wookiee strength cannot break.
You will have to face the challenges of this tomb alone. Are you ready?
Good day, solo story stars. I'm Unsilent, and we're on the air with more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic to the Sith Lords. It's a bonus episode of KOTOR 2. Thanks for tuning in. Got this suggestion from Pingu Fry back when we did this like 20 episodes, 22-ish episodes ago. Pick yourself up an old save editor and do the tomb. The cave. Remember what you learned at the cave. Save you it can, or whatever the line was from Empire, you know? Anyway, yeah, more KOTOR 2. Do a little bonus episode going into the cave, because this was really the only side quest that I could do that I didn't do. Actually, I couldn't have done it because you have to be on sort of like an extreme end of your morality meter. Morality is in the save file set on a scale from 0 to 100, 0 being like Emperor Palpatine and 100 being like Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. And so the closest I ever got was 27, and you needed to 25 or lower on the evil scale to hit to get in. So almost just a little more cartoonish supervillainy, and I would have been fine. But anyway, let's go. We have to go in here alone, according to Kreia. That was my first thought. Do I want to switch party members? But I guess it didn't matter. So what trials await in the cave? The Dark Side Cave. Oh. Okay.
Do not heed the words of the Jedi Council. The Republic will fall if we do not act now. Already the Mandalorians have taken 3 systems along the Rim. They will only grow more powerful with time. Come stand with me. We will use our might to help the Republic in its time of need. Join Revan and I. Together we will battle this menace.
I was going to ask if that was a Malak. Same face paint. I've been here. This is when you recruited me for the Mandalorian War. This is a test. Oh, this is just a test. Enough games draw your lightsaber and fight. Much as I don't rate Malak, it's like, it's gonna say this probably is more interesting. I remember being here.
The Jedi Council is wise, but will take too long to deal with this threat. We must act now to stop the Mandalorians. I have heard of you. Your masters speak well of you, of your skills in battle. Join us.
Now, of course, Malak we're used to seeing with the jaw piece. I think... I'm trying to remember. I know he lost it in a duel. I want to say he lost it in a duel with Revan. Now, I don't know if this is... No, he didn't. Because when Malak overthrew Revan, I'm trying to remember back to KOTOR 1, didn't he use a distraction from the Jedi to blow up the bridge of Revan's ship from his own ship? Bit of a cowardly way out, but... I joined without hesitation against the wishes of the Council. You won't take me to the dark side. The war doesn't turn out how you expect. You should listen to the Jedi Council. Do you know you're just a vision? I forgot how pompous Malak was before he tasted real power. No one likes Malak. No one likes Malak. Gee, I forgot how pompous Malak was before he tasted real power.
I am proud that Revan and I will be taking up our lightsabers for the good of the Republic, without the blessings of the Council. The Council seems content to watch, to debate. while entire systems fall to the Mandalorians. If we don't act now, there may be no Republic army to assist in the future. I sense you will join us. What are your reasons?
Now this could be the interesting one. I had to do it. The council was taking too long. The Mandalorians would have won. I'm not going to tell you why. The strongest of the Order went there. I sensed opportunity. I wanted to fight, to use my abilities to kill the enemy. Joining you was a mistake, a terrible mistake that haunts me to this day. I couldn't sit by while so many suffered. Tried to remember what we told Atris. Now, granted, that was like a year plus ago that we met Atris on Telos in her academy there. But I remember that the reasons at the time were a bit more altruistic. Sure, the council didn't want to go to war, but there was actually no choice.
You should trust in yourself and in your instincts.
You would have said the same thing regardless.
It was within our power to end the war, and the council chose to debate behind closed doors while planets burned.
Never gave them a chance to reveal their plan? Their plan was sit on their ass and do nothing. I won't tell you anything, my reasons are my own. And I think they were making a mistake. We barely won the war just in time. When aren't they wrong? They're misguided fools. That I agree with. I don't know what they're planning. I should have trusted in their wisdom. No, they were fools.
You have learned much. You no longer need to obey their hollow teachings. So, if you could do it all again, the real question is, would you? The Mandalorians await on the edge of space, eager to crush the Republic. You know how this turns out. Would you do it any different, knowing what it costs you? Knowing what it costs the rest?
There's this one ad for an Amazon Prime show, and I don't remember what it is, but I want to watch it, just because it seems interesting. And there's the one line in there, nobody's counting the lives you save. It's sort of like this, is everybody's focused on how many people died at Malachor 5, but how many people were saved because of how many people died at Malachor 5. I realize, is that the dark side justification for it? Could it be either justification in a certain point of view? Regardless of the, regardless of the outcome directly on Malachor 5, more people were saved than died on Malachor 5 because of the Exile's actions. See, that's always the right answer, unless you're like in a job interview. It's always the right answer. Would you do anything differently? I wouldn't. I should have, but I wouldn't. That's the sort of thing. Because you don't gain... Because you're a different person if you do anything differently.
So knowing all that would transpire, would you still follow Revan and I? Excellent.
Waiting for...
And now you are all alone. Would you join me now? You didn't follow Revan and I down our path. Join us. Your journey hasn't ended yet.
I was going to say, Bastila has been just standing there silently the whole time. It's just like, what is going on with her? Yeah, I'd like to know what the point of Bastila being here and being silent the whole time.
She didn't join us that day, but in time, she came to our way of thinking. And even before then, she wavered and wondered what would have happened. It is a familiar path. There were those who wished to follow you to war, yet remain behind. They came to hate you for the choices they wished to make.
Well, yes, we know that. So what's in it for me? There's the most Sith answer.
More power than the Jedi can ever offer you.
See, I wonder, like, there's a light and a dark answer. It's like, at this point, it doesn't matter what, but I just kind of wonder. I'm curious.
The first lesson will be carved in your flesh. Pain is the ultimate teacher, and the lesson begins now.
See, I should have known that was a trap. Oh, who's... Oh, Malik's just gone straight for lightning. So this is going to be fun. So we've got Korriban Sin. Oh no. Talvon Essen. Nisatsa. What a name. Zazit Terra. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's just put in like... This is just some AI coding in the background. Just throw some letters together, drop a vowel no more than 2 consonants apart, sort of thing. Well, okay, yeah. Malik. Jesus. State your names. Yeah, but I got something else up my sleeve. Oh. That's interesting. You can speed as well. I was gonna say, right, I'm playing this, not realizing I am like, what, 6 levels behind and a whole bunch of crap behind where I was. At the end of the last episode, and it's like, no, that's not how it works. Malik, not surprisingly, going straight. Wow! You see that? I don't have to worry about this. 122 off of that. That's a lot. Alright. So now we can do... Since it's a one-shot, we're just gonna go lean right heavy into that. And what else do I like here? Toughness. Yeah. Alright, powers. What powers do we have? What powers did I have that I liked? Death Field I liked. Check for Scream, Force Suppression, Fear, Wound. It's a matter of just remembering. Revitalize me. It's just a matter of remembering where the hell I was at a certain point in time. Slow, Affliction, and Plague. Oh yeah, I did end up going in that direction as well. Affliction is a good power. Well, Plague's a good power we've used, so... Because of this. Defend, slows... Defense, reflex, attack rolls, so yeah. That's always a handy one. And it's a lot less vitality than we had previously as well. There we go. Oh, we got a journal entry as well. No fade, just vanish. So let's take a look. You were confronted with a vision of the past when Malik recruited you and other Jedi for the Mandalorian Wars. You had to choose whether or not to go with Malik and the others. Alright. So, I wonder if this goes any differently. Depending on... I'm assuming... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, I'm assuming that's the way we came in. Yeah, that's the cave. So you go to the right, because you always go to the right. Now, I assume there's an optimal route. I assume there's a not optimal route. Now, as... Oh. I wasn't expecting Chirax in here, but... Well, I'm... Yes, realizing it's a... Oh, man. Tough little bastards. Oh, yeah, we don't want that. We want... No, we want that one. Many opponents. I mean, it's 2, but it's still... We're missing the crystals and such that really helped us out late in the go. It's a lot of knowledge that I picked up along the way, even after this point, because this one... Hang on. 65, okay. Yeah, so exactly 20 episodes ago. Yeah, so, there's a lot of stuff in, like, even the last sort of 20 episodes that I picked up, like, not just, like, in terms of knowledge and crap that I accumulated, that really helped turn a corner on here. So we've got, it's just, oh, there's a wicker footlocker. I don't believe that wicker was in Rambo's footlocker in the movie of the same name. I think it was a proper metal footlocker. But, of course, you guessed I was going to reference the great Rambo movie Footlocker right there. I haven't done merch, but I mean, if there was something... If there was something I was going to merch up, it would totally be a Rambo Footlocker shirt, if only just to amuse me. Except you probably couldn't call it Rambo Footlocker. Because that's Rambo's copyright, so you probably couldn't do it that way. You'd have to call it, like, Footlocker First Blood, or First Blood Footlocker, or just Footlocker. This time it's out for blood, something like that. Something like that. Now, there's something, or the remnants of a severed arm holding a data pad. How very Star Wars. An Area 2 stealth unit, and a blown-out data pad, so I doubt that's going to be much good to us. Well, it's blown out and inoperable. However, the final message remains burnt into the display. The others were confident they could sneak past the Chirac breeding grounds. I was ordered to lock the door and await their return. I hope they could find us a way out of this tomb. These visions threaten to break through all the discipline I've gained in my training. So someone else was here. Okay. Oh, I was going to say someone else was here as part of their training, and it broke them. Discovered the datapad of a member of the Jedi expedition to explore the hidden tomb. Further exploration of the tomb may reveal what became of the members of the expedition. Ah. So there'd be incentive to sneak through. Now, I'd imagine this is the breeding grounds of which they spoke. So what we're going to do is we're going to lean heavily on this. Yes, I realize they're hitting for like 3 points a shot, but like this is draining absolutely no force power at all whatsoever, so there's no sense in being too concerned. If he's going to hit for like 2 a shot, if he hits for 2 a shot, these things are hitting for... It's hitting for 0. That's the thing. So we're barely scratching it, but it's barely hitting us back. No, just take your time. No, but he's... Oh, wow, there's 4 of them now. Well, now there's 3. I was like, whatever. It's just because it's like, whatever, and it's like they're not doing any damage, so it's just like, oh. You're taking too long! Sometimes you just need to push the expedite button. Resolve battle. Force storm, you know? Now I'm assuming this skeleton... Okay, I guess not. I was going to say doot doot Mr. Skeletal, right? That's what I'm looking for. I was gonna say weird mouths. Almost like suction cup mouths. Kinda like the you know, like that salt-sucking monster from the first episode of Star Trek that aired. I forget what the name of that episode was. Oh, here they are. Now now the worm is the one that's actually tough. Actually does damage. See, I kind of wonder what actually damages these things. Is it a bestiary or whatever the thing is that kind of tells you the name of things that are happening, like the like animals you're up against or something like that? Pokemon fans would probably know it as a Pokédex. And I know what that shit is. Just because I'm old and don't know all the skeleton memes. I played that old Pokemon stuff on the Game Boy. Red and yellow and gold. Now I wonder if this is I wonder which one of these stories, if it's going on this one or this one that we're following along. Maybe it's one and the same. Ah, interesting. It's another one of these.
Com says we've lost another heavy droid transport. How can we break through the Mandalorian lines without support? The path is mined and the place is crawling with enemies. I know we've got our orders to press forward, but we're at quarter strength. We can't, General. It's impossible. We need to retreat.
This is Duxon, the heart of the Mandalorian Crusade. I remember we charged the line. Losses were terrible. We had to charge. Our forces were fully committed. We would either win the battle or lose the war. There was no real choice. The battle is an invaluable opportunity. We will fight on. That's interesting. Just send everybody up against all these mines because you have no other choice.
But we won't help by throwing our lives away to storm the path. Too many Mandalorians, too few of us. We already lost half the men just getting to the path. They've got the rest of the company pinned down by the crash site. You can't possibly ask the troops to go forward. If you ask us to charge, will it make a difference? Will our sacrifice mean something?
Only Revan could answer that. Even afterwards, no one could piece together exactly what happened. We won, though. Taking the path was just one of 100 feints. It was unnecessary for victory. War calls for blood. Yours was taking that day. Searching for meaning is pointless. So Revan had a plan, and we were Operation Human Shield, in other words. So, but said it was Revan. Only Revan knows the answer then.
We will press forward if you ask it. The path is mined. If you ask us to charge, there will be losses, General.
Let me go first this time. I'll try and disable the mines. Not this time. I'll go up there alone. I stand by my decision. At the time, it was the right thing to do. We have orders. We will follow them. The only casualties that mattered in the war were Jedi. Now charge. What if I go first and disable the mines?
Thank you, General. Thank you.
I have no idea if... No, you can't talk to any of the soldiers. I'm the captain. I have no idea how good my demolitions is at this point in time. Apparently not good enough to pick that up. Apparently good enough to do some disables. Although... That's interesting. So I'm disabling it, and yet at the same time it's doing the animation and the damage. As if... I was getting these blown up in my face. Huh. And this, kids, is why you don't play around with save editors. Sorry.
And now we fight.
Yes. And why didn't you guys come in behind me? Like, immediately? Journal entry added. Let's take a gander. You face a second vision depicting one of the bloodiest battles during the Mandalorian Wars. You had to choose whether or not to repeat the orders you gave long ago, which resulted in many casualties. I like it. It's just like, maybe if I go take down the back line. Because everyone else is just kind of slowly... This is kind of funny though, because it's just like, just everybody's sort of flailing at each other. Oh, and they all vanish. I almost wonder if this was restored content as well. Another Chirac worm. Now there's something that looks interesting up ahead. I'm just gonna say it seems, what's this one? Okay, Chirac breeding grounds, so yeah. So we have to go through, like I was saying, one and the same, progress. Both quests seem to follow a similar path. So we got some rubble here. I want to know what that is. A Slave Master stun carbine and tech specialist belt. Oh, another Wicker footlocker. Wicker footlocker was probably a prequel to Rambo footlocker. So now there's two more paths to go. Eastward and northward. Let's go east. Oh, that a Hissus up front? Yeah. I mean, Hissus still needs to buy a vowel, but... Apparently I could just see right through its cloak. And yet I still can't hit this giant lumbering beast right in front of me. Drain life. Affliction! There we go. I don't know if that actually did anything, but... Oh yeah, these bastards were tough, weren't they? Like it warm you up for the storm beasts on Malachor. I mean, half the problem. There's the Ataru. And half the problem is I can't hit this thing. But unlike the Mandalorian battle circle, what I can do is use a force power. I know it's on Korriban, but I'm not sure if the architecture really screams Sith to me, but I will readily admit that Sith architecture is not exactly, you know, like a specialist subject area, or even a hobbyist subject area for me. And the one nice little touch, I will say. Now, I don't know, again, how intentional this was by the folks over at Obsidian. Was the use of the term, well, no, I was going to say general, but that's always how Beodur referred to the Exile, was as general. But I was thinking of it more in terms of, you know, the Jedi wander into war with the Republic soldiers, and they're called generals. It's very similar to the Clone Wars, where the Jedi, or at least, yes, the full Jedi, were referred to as generals. General Kenobi, General Skywalker. If you watch the cartoon, the Clone Wars cartoon, all the Jedi were referred, all the full Jedi, knights, were referred to as general, and then all the Padawans were commander. An improved ion energy cell and Nebulish's datapad. So I mean, the reason why I bring it up is So one thing you can assume is that the Jedi Exile wasn't just some Padawan. Jedi Exile was actually a full Jedi Knight at the time of the war. So it's a little bit of backstory that you probably didn't need spelled out for you, and they didn't really just boom throw it at you, but it's there if you kind of dig between the lines a bit. So, the Journal of the Jedi Nebulous. Most of the data has been purposely deleted. One entry remains: the visions. The visions! They thought to trick me by taking the form of my fellow Jedi, but my discipline is so strong I tricked them back. One fell to the Shirak, the others fell to my lightsaber. Now, oh, so that takes care of the... Some fell to the tombs, the rest were slain by Nebula. Okay, so it wasn't just... Okay, so I thought it was all vision related, but no, he was driven mad by the visions. And he killed the rest of the Jedi that had come in with him. Okay. Ah, shit. Got it that time. One v2 doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but we'll see what we can do. We know speed gives a defense bonus. We also know level up gives a healing. Yeah, we might want to do that. It's not like I need them, right? Apparently I need to put... Oh, I don't have much demolitions, do I? Oh, well. I got 1 point left. We can put it into... treat injury. It's being very, very, What's the word I'm looking for right there? Now, we're being just very, very selfish with the immediacy of what I'm planning. A little plug, eh? There we go. We still got another couple levels then. We can hit 24 if we need to. Yeah, just come on, one more. There. Third time's a charm. So now that means we've taken... Oh no, there's a this way too. There's a northwards, and there's someone ahead. Maybe give a quick save here. Now, how many hands do you suppose that person has? That's my question, is at what point does it start getting more immediate, closer to today? You know, holding it in the left hand. Krea's lost her left hand. Not her. But who might this be? And we walked through one of those before our last vision as well. So this is obviously indicative of another vision. Well, if that wasn't... Oh no, facing away from us. Could still be.
You are to be commended for making it this far.
So... You knew a shortcut to get to here? Why didn't you tell me?
You've revisited the dark moments of your past, and now you must face the present.
Ah, indeed. I think... It's weird for me to place this, because I know this is pre-Kreia reassuming the mantle of Darth Treya. But... you wonder if this might be too much of a giveaway. I mean, especially... this has to be restored content. Because the only times you see Kreia as Darth Treya are in that restored content cutscene. The one where Sion and Nihilus turn on her. And at the end, when she returns to Malachor 5 and reassumes as headmaster of Sith Academy. So I almost assume this has to be restored content as a result. So Yes, so you've raised the dark moments of the past, now you must face the present. What do you mean? I am ready for whatever this tomb will throw at me. There better be some worthwhile presents for enduring this tomb. It's a bad, bad pun. I like it. So what do you mean?
Your confusion is natural. The others and I will help you understand.
The others? What other? Others? What others? We are alone here. Oh, the line's wrong. No. That's not the line, Exile. No, it's, fool me once. There's an old saying in... Was it an old saying in Louisiana? It's an old saying in Texas. Assume to have it here as well. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me, you can't get fooled again. So, alright, no. We're alone here.
Get away from her! She's a dark Jedi.
As if you're any better. So, I'm assuming that these also vision. Okay, I'll play along. What makes you think Kreia is a dark Jedi?
Atten, I've had enough of your snide contempt.
That's interesting that she... Wait a minute, that was the left hand, right? No, left. Shit, I should have been paying attention. I was so caught off guard by a blue lightsaber. I was expecting... But that is actually what I gave her, right? It was a blue one. I was expecting red or purple, but not blue. That caught me off guard. Alright. You really should back down, Atten.
No, I won't allow her to corrupt you. I will protect you, even from yourself.
Hey, what's the commotion here?
Stay out of this, Beodor. This is a personal dispute between Atten and myself.
You're threatening Atten with a lightsaber, and I'm supposed to just stay out of it? No.
I like this one, to be honest. Why do I even bother?
The three of you would challenge me? You sorely underestimate the power of the Force.
Think again, Kreia. Your dark influence will end.
Your friends are all arrayed against me. Will you stand for this?
Now, that's interesting. Everyone turns up. It's not just like... Now, not everyone gets lines. I do wonder. I do find it interesting. Okay, Atten. Okay, logical first one. Beodor, that's interesting. T3, okay, that makes a bit more sense. Because I'm probably highest on the influence scale with T3. Oh, Handmaiden, then T3. Maybe Visas. But if you're looking at where I am on like an influence, I probably could have looked it up, to be honest. So. Now it's interesting. What they're doing is wrong, and I stand with you, Kreia. My friends are right, Kreia. You've been manipulating me from the very beginning. Of course, the problem is you've got to, like, I'm gonna find it difficult to set aside, you know, the last 20 episodes worth of KOTOR 2, so I'm not sure if I would have picked that, you know, 4 or 5 months ago. So I'm going to leave that one just for the very reason I don't know that I would have reached that conclusion. I think I'll stand back and watch, and you're all just visions anyway. It doesn't matter what I do. Oh, I'm not so sure about that. Ask Luke about the cave. What if I stand back and... Yeah, they're all visions anyway.
So you will do nothing? Apathy is death. Worse than death. Because at least a rotting corpse feeds the beasts and insects.
Apathy is death.
Apathy is death.
I assume that's apathy is death?
Apathy is death.
Apathy is death.
Statement: apathy is death.
What was the stage direction on that?
Is death. Apathy is death.
Apathy is death.
I get the feeling apathy is death. Point taken. Journal entry added. Third vision pitted all of your companions against Kreia. You had to choose between whether to defend an evil Kreia, attack her, or do nothing. Oh. Wasn't much for death. So what's further down the way then? Many people are wondering where the great Darth Revan disappeared to. Revan, I thought you turned away from the dark side. Can't be. Why are you here? But that's Revan with me at his side. Rocking some lovely locks of grey hair as well, I might say. It's a snazzy robe to boot. And of course your stereotypical Sith gloves. You gotta rock the black leather gloves. You gotta have those OJ gloves on. Allegedly. He was found not guilty. In a criminal court. So many people were wondering where the great Revan disappeared to. Really? It's Dark Jedi, but I mean, let's be honest here. That they could have done a better job with that name. Because let's be honest. That should be Dark Exile or something like that. Woo! I'm badass. Usables, thank you. Only 10. Considering I had 70 at the end. Wow, 98, not bad. Oh man, this is being all sorts of wonky now, isn't it? Oh wow! Apathy is death. Treat injury, boom and boom. I need a lot of this. I just need to spam everything. Got Plague last time. Is there anything else that... Force resistance. There's an energy resistance. Right. Except, so we still have one more, and then... Yeah, that's the show. Just out of curiosity... The strength package, what we need is something like that. And Oslux gloves and what's this one? Immunity belt, but we don't have the immortality belt yet. Don't think so. That's fine. I hope. So that was a good hit. Oh. Revans decide to intervene. What was that all about? I didn't expect to see you again, Revan. Why are you here? Oh, I get it. You're not really Revan. You're just another vision. Now, what was that all about? Ah, that's right. Revan with his purple and red lightsabers. Journal entry added. He doesn't seem too affected by that, now does he? There's a final vision of a shadowy Revan. Okay, so this is the last vision then. Okay, so we still got some speed up. That's good. Man, that was a hell of thwapping there. Might want to think about just sneaking in another one of these. 104 with that extra healing. And it's obviously just a vision of Darth Revan, because the real Revan would have whooped our ass. Because let's be honest, in the grand scheme of Star Wars, isn't Revan considered to be one of the biggest badasses in the history of the Jedi or Sith, especially the Sith. Oh, that's bad. That's also bad. That should go through that turn, alright. I wonder if I should have dumped a Plage on him. So he's swapping us really good. I'm assuming the Plage didn't work. Oh, that was a hit. I wonder if that... Revan's final attack didn't kill you, but you feel the taint of the dark side coursing through you. Oh, so I wonder... Well, I wonder what that was about. So where did he go?
As I said, the dark side is very strong here. It tests you, it tests us all. If you fail that test,
There may be more tests to come. Be on your guard.
search the room you are in. You should be able to unlock a passage that leads outside the tomb.
So we gained dark side points. Journal entry added, though. Made it through the trials of the hidden tomb. I wonder if you were supposed to lose that. We'll pick up some bits and bobs that are lying around. Ubi's environmental suit. We've talked about them in the past. A Corellian power suit. So, by going through here, you just get through. We weren't kidding about presents, were we? So that door has a blue line there. Let's assume that is the exit door. And whatever Charrick is, a blaster, obviously. Ancient sarcophagus. A mummified Ludo Kresh. War sword and an armband. Now, there are areas we haven't been to. Yeah, no, that's the exit door there. So don't want to leave parts unexplored in our little bonus adventure. Whoa, alright, I've lost. Oh, because my mouse was at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, that tends to do it, doesn't it? And we can still go back. Yeah, so we want to go this way, and then we want to take the right. I mean, besides, dealing with the Shyreks that are just floating through the door. And that was easy. Hang on a second. Wait for it, wait for it! Hang on. Is the battery dead on my easy button? And they're AAAs. That's annoying. Okay, the battery's dead on my easy button. Never mind. Oh, there's nothing in here. Alright. Well, I guess we're not going past this rebel. We gotta go around. We gotta take the long way round. 2 bottles of whiskey for the way. And see, this area actually has a lot of replayability, whether you come at it from different answers, or beating Revan, or... That would probably be the most interesting. What would happen if you beat Revan? What would happen if you pick a side in Kreia versus the rest of the companions? Could it, in its own way, impact your influence with all your companions? Or with Kreia? Since Kreia seems to be in the loop. So I think this is the last piece here. Oh, need to re-up the speed. kind of halfway carved through it. We'll take that down. So, got a Keldroma belt, which, sorry, it's just, I think we've gotten a few of those in the past, so it's just like, it is what it is. Now, is there any, yeah, no, that was the last side path that we have yet to take, so now it's just a shot back to the end, and whatever wrap-up Kreia may have for us, so. One thing sticks out to me a little bit here. So I'm a little disappointed that Bastila was there. And yeah, he mentions, you know, spoilers for KOTOR 1, but I can't imagine at this point it's like 15 years is, well, actually, no, 16 years. It's kind of past the moratorium on spoilers, so I've given you ample time to hit that damn mute button, so no, but it's yeah, in KOTOR 1, Malik captures and tortures Bastila and uses that to turn her to the dark side. The permanence or temporariness of that is determined by your actions as Revan, but it's interesting that that's referenced, but it really only feels just there to wedge in a Bastila cameo rather than has any plot impact. That's, if I was to pick out one thing out of this that's just like, this seems like a missed opportunity, that's the one. The Revan battle, that's fine. The one with the companions, I feel as though that should have been a bitch. That one should have been a hell of a lot harder than stick your hand up in the air and wave it around like you just don't care. No, that one should have been a right, proper, knock down, drag 'em out brawl, you know? So. And this is the way out. Now the door is sealed. You cannot go back in until you play the game again. And all the companions have left as well. Alright. So that was the cave. Does it have a fancier name than that? Sorry. The hidden power. The hidden tomb. And all that. So, that does it for this episode of KOTOR 2. I'd say next time out, but just stick around because there's... Well, this might be the end for now of KOTOR 2. There's still lots more. Like, not just Star Wars games on the channel, but there's lots of great classic games going up on the channel all the time, so do stick around, especially if you have enjoyed it. The best way to do that is to hit that subscribe button. If you did enjoy this video, do hit that like button as well. You can always drop a comment down below as well. Which way am I going? No, I want to go to the left. Wow. No, you always go right. Why the hell am I going left? No, so it's an awesome edition. Don't be afraid to leave some comments or questions in the comments down below. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I was gonna say after this saves where I went and did all the skeleton stuff in episode 66. That I think, if I'm fairly certain. Yeah. And there she is. There's the old hawk. So, yeah, that'll do it for this episode of KOTOR 2. But until we see you again, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. Share on social media. Follow on social media. The social media handle is Unsilent on Air. And that is for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. Don't forget, you can check out more KOTOR 2 in the playlist. It's on the screen, in the description down below, and more videos anytime on the channel page. And until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time.